Hello, Eagles. Okay, today is a very exciting day for us because what we're going to do is we are going to learn how to make our own recipe. But first, before I do that, I want to share one more story with you. So today in class, we read about community soup, and they came together as a community to create this delicious soup. Well, I wanted to share a story from a different perspective. And this story is called Stone Soup. Okay, so here we go. A kindly old stranger was walking through the land when he came upon a village. As he entered, the villagers moved towards their homes, locking doors and windows. They're not very friendly. The stranger smiled and asked, "Why are you all so frightened? I am but a simple traveler, looking for a soft place to stay for the night and a warm place for a meal." "There's not a bite to eat in the whole province," he was told. "We are weak and our children are starving. Better keep moving on." "Oh, I have everything I need," he said. "In fact, I was thinking of making some stone soup to share with all of you." He pulled an iron cauldron from his cloak, filled it with water, and began to build a fire underneath it. Then, with great ceremony, he drew an ordinary looking stone from a silken bag and dropped it into the water. By now, hearing the rumor of food, most of the villagers had come out of their homes or watched from their windows. As the stranger sniffed the broth, and he licked his lips with anticipation, hunger began to overcome their fear. "Ah," the stranger said to himself rather loudly, "I do like a tasty stone soup. Of course, stone soup with cabbage. Now that's hard to beat." Soon a villager approached hesitantly, holding a small cabbage he'd retrieved from its hiding place, and he added it to the pot. "Wonderful," cried the stranger. "You know, I once had stone soup with cabbage and a bit of salt beef as well. Oh, it was fit for a king to eat." The village butcher managed to find some salt beef, and so it went, just like that, through the potatoes, onions, carrots, mushrooms, and so on, until there was indeed a delicious meal for everyone in the village to share. The village elder offered the stranger a great deal of money for this magic stone, but he refused to sell it and traveled on the very next day. As he left, the stranger came upon a group of village children standing near the road. He gave the silken bag containing the stone to the youngest child, whispering to a group, "It was not the stone, but the village that had performed the magic." So the moral of that story is everyone in the community worked together and they contributed whatever they could in order to make a goal be achieved by everyone. So their goal was to have everyone not be hungry. And in order for that to work, everyone had to give up a little something in order for them to have a delicious meal. Okay, so what we're going to do now is I'm going to share with you what a recipe looks like. Okay, so here we have, if I can make it bigger here, oops, here we go. So this is from 30handmadedays.com, and this is an example of a kid's recipe book that a group of children have made at home, basically, and they've put all of their favorite recipes in a binder. Well, what we have to do is we have to create our own recipe for our favorite food. This one is a recipe for taco soup. So if you notice up here at the top, they have the measurement and item that we need for our food. So they have the title at the top. They have they have the amount of food, And then down here below, they have the directions. And the directions have to be very, very precise because we want someone else to be able to recreate what we created. So for instance, this one, number 1, brown the hamburger in onion. Then you drain it. Okay, pretty simple. We want to cook our hamburger with our onions, and then we're going to drain the grease off afterwards. Number 2, put it in a large pot, add corn, refried beans, kidney beans, taco sauce, tomatoes, and garlic salt. So then I can go up here and say, okay, well, how much corn do we need? Corn. Here we go, 15 ounces, and we want to keep the water with it. How many refried beans do we need? Oh, we need 16 ounces. How much garlic salt? Oh, well, we need a 1/4 teaspoon of garlic salt. All right, let's see what step number 3 is. Simmer for half an hour. Wonder how hot it needs to be. That might be something that we need to put into ours. Maybe on medium or low or something like that. So it would be good to know how long. And then it says serve in bowls with grated cheese, sour cream, avocado, and tortilla chips. I don't see tortilla chips up there. So that would be something to add to our ingredient list. So that is an example of the recipe that you're going to create. So with your family members, I want you to think about what meal you like to eat. What is a dish that you just love to have that your grandma cooks, you cook, your mom cooks, whomever in your house that cooks? What do you guys like to eat? And if you don't like to eat any of the cooking at home, if you like to go out and eat, then I want you to think about what ingredients go in there and how you could recreate it at home. You're going to type it up and you are going to submit it to me. So I will add some more videos, or I will not add more. I will show you a link to the videos that we used previously for the fall break narrative and the Yunhai narrative so that you can type up your recipe and send it to us. All right, have a great afternoon.